Hey guys, so I'll just wait for a couple of people to jump on, but I'm just going for a walk. I just dropped my daughter off at school and I am spending some time this morning going for a walk, getting out in the sunshine because I hate being behind the laptop all the time. And yesterday I was behind the laptop all day and I just felt like kind of unproductive. You know, have you ever felt like that before, where you're sitting at home working away all day, but you get to the end of the day and you're like, what did I actually get done? Whereas today, I'm actually spending some time, I wrote a blog post, which I'll talk about in a moment. I wrote a blog post for Huffington Post this morning. I got on a mastermind call with my mentor and then dropped my daughter off at school, now going for a walk. And I'm going to get a nice healthy breakfast after this. And then spend some time with my partner. And in the afternoon, I'm getting some more work done with my team and putting some cool things in place. And then this afternoon, some one-on-one time with my daughter, girls' time. We're going to get our nails done. And then catching up with my sister for a walk this evening. So, you know, this is like my perfect day. And it's similar to what I did on my birthday. My perfect day involves exercise, like moving my body in some shape or form. It involves good food. It involves a bit of work and a bit of play or time out, and the people that I love. And I realized on my birthday that, you know, it was like my birthday used to be this big thing when I was younger. My 21st, I remember celebrating for a whole month and everyone had to make a big deal about me. Like I just wanted all this attention all the time. Not much has changed. Hey Nikki, how you going? And basically this year, it's like, you know, as you get older, it doesn't feel as much of a big deal. I don't need to go out clubbing. I don't need to have a big party, but I looked at my actual birthday and I structured it in a way that involved the things that I love. And the thing that I realized was that doesn't have to just happen on my birthday, and it doesn't just happen on my birthday. I actually have that, I can have that any day of the week, you know, and it's about creating a life for ourselves where we do the things that we love every single day. And that doesn't mean you're going to take the whole day off and not do any work every day, of course. But what fills me up is my work as well. So, like I said before, it's a mixture of those things that really fills me up and means that I'm living, you know, my perfect life all the time. Hey, Lucy, how are you? Hey, Nikki. Cool. So I just wanted to kind of mention that. Now, this morning, I don't know if you've seen it on my, it's in my free group and also on my personal page. I created a blog post. It took me a while, actually. I put a lot of thought into it. I created a blog post about stopping the hustle. Okay? Hey, Kyle. Hey, Cedric. How you guys going? So if you haven't seen my blog post, it's on my personal page and in my free group. If you're in there, make sure that you go and check it out. It's on Huffington Post and it's about stopping the hustle. Okay. And I wanted to talk about that in a little bit. Noisy birds. I wanted to talk about that in a little bit more detail. Okay. So basically there's this huge hustle mentality. Okay. Hey, Daylene, how are you? We got people from Australia, America, and England and Canada right now. This is awesome. Hey, Eric, how are you? Totally, Kyle. So the thing is, hustle comes from, you know, and I talk more about this in the blog post, so make sure you go check it out. But hustle really started from the Industrial Revolution, okay? So basically with the Industrial Revolution, they changed from, I'm a bit out of breath because I'm walking up a hill. Hey, Neil. They changed from providing, you know, creating goods and services in your home, craftsmanship and things like that, to mass production, yeah? Everyone was working in massive factories and they were trying to get more and more out at a faster pace, okay? Now, when that started, things like child labor started. There weren't any, you know, women's rights. There was a lot of pollution, and the population surged as well. Okay, people were working long hours in usually unfair conditions. Now, that still happens a lot with those conditions in developing countries. We don't have that as much in, more developed countries, but people have still kept that philosophy and that belief that you have to work crazy hours to be successful, okay? And so we're taught it from history, we're taught it from society, from media, from our parents and their parents before that. And we're holding on to this very outdated belief, yeah? And basically, the reason I say it's outdated, yes, it comes from history, but we have changed so much since the 17, 18 and 1900s, yeah, early 1900s. We have changed so much. There was no internet back then. There was no, the world is so much different. Thanks, Eric. So if we're so different, then we're always going to be innovating, we're always going to be changing, we're always going to be learning and growing. And what's required with that is a new set of beliefs and values. And it's a new way to do things as well. But so many people are still stuck in those old beliefs and values. And I think a big reason as well, to add on to that, is that, we feel like a lot of people have this belief that if you're not working, then you're being lazy, okay? And that you have to work crazy hours if you want to be successful, if you want to make money, if you want to be known in the world. But it's just not true. Thanks, Daleen. Hey, Rebel, how are you? And so I think another part of that as well, and this is what I used to get caught in, was that a lot of the time it's an escape. Okay, a lot of the time people are keeping themselves busy all the time and putting all these band-aids on the problem so they don't have to deal with the problem. So they don't have to get real with themselves and realize there even is a problem. And these band-aids, these, escapes and the way we're medicating ourselves is through being busy. It's through binge watching Netflix, it's through drinking alcohol, it's through sex, it's through drugs, it's through not being present and always being on our phones. All of these things are things that we do to escape so we don't have to deal with the underlying emotions and what's really going on in our lives. Emotional eating is another big one there as well. So who has done any of these things? Like, put my hand up, yeah? Probably all of them. Hey Zulu, how you going? So, we all do some of these things at some stage in our life, depending on what extreme, For me, when I was younger, because I wasn't loving myself, and thanks, Zulu. I loved your birthday message the other day, Zulu. I got all these audio messages from people singing happy birthday to me. It was amazing. So for me in the past, I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't have any self-worth, and I just wanted attention from others, but I got it in an unhealthy way. I was binge drinking, I was doing a lot of drugs, I was sleeping around, and I was doing all these things that were destructive to me, that weren't healthy for my mental, emotional and physical state. But because that was my identity at the time, because I was young and just not really thinking about things in a mature way, I would go and do these things to fill that gap of not loving myself. I felt like that when I got sex or when I got high or any of those things, that that was love and that was happiness and that was attention, but it's not healthy and it's not real, yeah? And so over the years, that's shown up in different ways for me. It's shown up in binge drinking, it's shown up in binge eating and emotional eating, it's shown up in hustling and being busy in my business, and escaping into powerlifting and all these different ways. And until we truly heal what it is inside ourselves and do that deep internal work, we're going to keep putting these things in place to deal with these situations, when really it doesn't work. It's all fake. Yeah, it's all just a short-term fix. And so if you're not escaping anymore, that's when your shit comes up. Yeah, that's when you're like, oh fuck, I'm not really happy with my life, or maybe I need to work on my relationship because I feel like it's falling apart. You know, when we actually stop and be still, we've got to deal with the real emotions and real problems going on. Okay? Oh, is that better, Zulu, or not? So just let me know if that's better. So when we actually deal with these things, we're actually able to grow. Hey Leah, how are you? And most people don't want to do that work because it's scary. And that's why most people keep hustling and most people keep escaping in whatever way it looks like to them instead of actually dealing with their shit. So, okay, cool, awesome. So it's realizing these things that you're doing, these things that you're escaping into, these things that you're medicating with, and stopping them, okay? And it's not going to change overnight. It's not going to, you know, you're not going to just click your fingers and change it all at once. I highly recommend changing one thing at a time so it doesn't feel so overwhelming. And so you actually stick with it. Hey Ryan, how you going? So you actually stick with it and it doesn't feel so hard. If you try and change everything all at once, it's going to feel too hard and you're going to give up, okay? So it's just about those small changes and just being consistent with it. And the easiest way to keep on track with that is not only doing that one or two small things at a time, but it's surrounding yourself with positive influences that allow you to step into this new identity, this new belief and value system. Is this making sense, guys? So for me, for example, when I stopped doing drugs, I moved over the other side of the world. I changed my whole friendship group. I found an amazing partner. I decided to love myself. I used to be in an abusive relationship, and where I actually, to let go of that, I actually wrote a poem and I wrote a letter, and that letter was me saying, I'm worth more than this. I am deserving. I am worthy. I love myself, and I'm not all of those things that you used to call me, and I don't deserve what you used to do to me, and I'm going to attract something better into my life. And literally, noisy train, sorry guys. Hey David, how are you? Literally, I think it was a month or two after writing that, I attracted in my now partner, Nuno, who would never hurt me. Emotionally, mentally, physically, he would never do that, okay? And I attracted that in because I was able to let go of the past. You know, we have to let go of the past, we have to let go of our stories to be able to create something different in the present and in the future. And we attract anything that we want into our life, okay? So you've got to be really careful around the actions that you're taking, the self-talk going through your head, and the beliefs and values that you hold on to, because those things are what make up your life. And if you want something to change, you've first got to change what's going on in your head, your self-talk. You've got to change your beliefs and your values and your identity as well, depending on how big it is. And then what comes from there, when you have this new set of beliefs, you start taking different actions. And when you start taking different actions, you get a different result, and that changes your reality. Is this making sense, guys? So just wanted to share that. Let me know if you guys have any questions before I head off. Love to know what questions you have on this or anything else. I'm here to support you right now. Awesome, Daleen. Zulu said we'll be in South Golden this weekend for Eon's 3rd birthday. Come visit, bring the kids Saturday if you're about. Okay, cool. Where's that? I don't even know where you're talking about. Hey Brooke, how are you? So, cool. So basically, if you jumped on towards the end, make sure you go back and watch the start. If you have any questions, pop them here Happy to answer them at any time. And if there's anything personal or you want to chat further, feel free to send me a personal message. And just as a reminder, I popped up a blog post on this morning through Huffington Post, and it's on my personal page and in my free group. So make sure you go check that out. I would love it if you could share this or share the blog post, because I really think more people need to hear this message. Yeah, we need to stop that hustle mentality. We need to realize that yes, you can be productive and you can work hard, but work hard in the time that you've got. That doesn't mean working 15 hours a day. It doesn't mean sacrificing your health. It doesn't mean, not spending time with your family or being present with your family. Ever since I've really worked on this, I've got more self-care, I'm more present with my kids, my relationship is stronger than ever, and I've lost 9 kilos this year, okay? And my business is making more money than it ever has. So it's not one or the other. You can have it all. It just takes time, and you've just got to change one thing at a time, yeah? Awesome. Exactly, Zulu. That's all right, Daylene. That's all right, Nikki. Hey, Aiden, I'm about to finish up, so make sure you go back and watch the start. Okay, guys, have an awesome day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.